It is May the 6th. Oh, Lord, it's cold. It's 10 degrees and it's, I don't know if you can hear that, it's pouring rain. But I thought I'd come out and give you an update on the beans. These are the, now I know, don't get me wrong, I know they're not onion, finger quotes, onions yet, but this is the one with the onions in it. And it is almost exactly the same as the one without. Now, these are the bush variety of the beans. The pole beans are at the back, and they always take a little bit longer. But yeah, they're doing fine. We'll continue to watch these all through the summer. As I said, I'll put them in the same pots. Everything will be treated exactly the same. And we'll see how the onion and bean myth comes about at the end of the season. As long as I don't kill anything. And yes, Claire, it is Mel's tree spinach everywhere. These are flowers, but apparently I've dropped Mel seeds in a few spots. I've got what looks like a brassica growing over there, so I'm not quite sure what that is. But yeah, these flowers are desperate to get pricked out, but I don't know what to do with them. I'll find somewhere for... I'm always afraid of putting tiny seedlings out, and the stupid snails will get them. But those ones back there are Mel's ostrich asters, so they'll have to go out pretty quick too. So I'll probably do some potting on later, but I won't bore you to death with those. And finally, with the warm weather, the zinnias seem to be doing a lot better, so hopefully we'll get some good zinnias. I love zinnias, they're so pretty. Tomatoes are going to go out maybe, but I don't want to play in the rain. It's too cold, so maybe later, maybe tomorrow. Hey, May 6th, salvia planted. Heirloom butterfly. Thank you, Robin. And this is my music box. I think it says sunflower. I think that's a sunflower. But anyway, apparently we've dropped something in there. They look like snapdragons because they're so tiny. But yeah, mystery plant. Excellent. Mystery plant. Yep. More chives. Nothing on the Martha Washington. Yep. Then again, I only did them yesterday. Oh, and the dark basil is coming up now. The dark opal basil. So all good. Pouring rain, going in the house. Got chives. Where are they? Chives. Chives coming up in my apple tree. I got to figure out where I'm putting my apple tree this year. It's getting lots of leaves on it. No blossoms, but I don't think I've ever had one apple off it. It's a Braeburn dwarf, extreme dwarf. And I've only ever had one apple off it in 2 years. But one apple was more than I had before. Last burn of the year. Well, last burn of spring.
Could be the last burn, we don't know. Right?
Yes. Are you enjoying your beer?
Are you doing a movie?
I'm doing a movie for Margaret. Good morning. It is Sunday. Just coming out to do some hose changes. The soaker hoses I have out here, there's not enough pressure to do 2 beds, so I got to separate them and make them into one soaker hose, or one soaker hose per bed. I think those are crocosima. Crocosima? St. Elmo's fire. Big, long. The hummingbirds love them because they can sit on them like a perch. But they spread like a weed, so I might have to take them out. And the ever popular mare's tail is making its heads shown. I'm pulling some of them out. Peas are doing really good. They're looking a bit spindly, so I don't know if I should have put more in. I mean, they're sugar snap peas, so one can only eat so many of those in stir fries. Yeah, what else am I doing today? Not a lot. La 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 la. Tulips. Tulip action. Tulip action. I am digging action. We think it's squirrels now because we don't seem to be catching any mice, and they're big holes, but they're not burrowing holes. So if that makes sense, it's not a hole that goes into the ground. It's just a hole that digs around under the bulbs. Didn't get a lot of slugs today, but that's okay. We still have a 21 record from yesterday. Yeah, little bit of hoeing that needs doing. Pulling out a few weeds. We don't have huge amounts of weeds here. I'll have huge amounts of cottonwood seedlings starting up pretty soon when the cottonwoods lose their flower. We have a snail in here somewhere. I found a giant one the other day. It's eating my lilies. But these ones, I mean, look at the stem on this thing. It is, look at that. It's about a good 2 inches deep, 2 inches across at the bottom. That's the giant. It's like a 6-foot giant yellow lily. It's gorgeous. But this one, I'll have to go and find the culprit because look what it's doing to it. Poor thing. It's not always something trying to eat my bloody flowers, I tell you. I do not know what to do. But anyway, I'll get some work done and then I'll let you know what I've done. Bye. Okay, so I said everything would be the same. So I've got 2 pots ready. They've even got their same chairs. No bias favoritism here. Dirty old pots. These are old pots. But another week or so, hopefully, I'll be able to put the beans and onion experiment in their pots and give them the same spot, perhaps over here. So they're in exactly the same area. And we'll see how that goes. I'll give you an update soon. Okay, let's get the rest of our tomatoes in. Black strawberry. Hope I dug the hole first, I guess. Where's that sun going? It's disappearing. Korean long. I'm very impressed with these. Better come up better after. Brick roots, shitty fucking stems. Oh, sorry, I swore. I could blank that one out. Sorry. Swore. Not impressed with my tomatoes this year. Stick to the tried and true. Last but not least, Taste of Paradise number 3. Okay, everybody in. Now let's get to work growing. Whew. Working upside down is a pain in the arse. Okay, I'll write the names down after. Oh, there we go. Everybody's in. Everybody's in. Heavy sigh. It is May the 9th. It's overcast. About 12, 13 degrees so far. I think it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So I thought I'd come out and check on my ground. Har har. I don't know what to do anymore. Yesterday I put down what's supposed to be a great critter ritter deterrent to stop things getting in here. It's an actual chemical. Well, it's not chemical. It's a pepper powder, blah blah crap. Smells really nice. Does absolutely sweet fanny all. Because look, it's not mice because they're not making holes. They're just making holes, if you know what I mean. They're not digging tunnels, I don't think. I have to get my camera out here and see if I can capture what's doing it. But yeah, I put tons of it over here because this is where they seem to like to be, and it did absolutely nothing. So that's another 20 bucks down the drain. Bastards. But I do see a slug, so I'll be back in a moment. Happy vlogging. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? I forget what it's called. Snowball plant or something plant or whatever plant. I'll have to go look it up. But I've got self-seeded nigella underneath. I'll leave it till it's a bit bigger and put it in a pot somewhere, in the ground somewhere. In the ground somewhere. Variegated something. Oh God, what an idiot. I've never bothered with the names of plants until I started videoing and people want to know what they are. I'm like, I don't know, it's a flower. It's a flower, that's a flower. That's a flower. I think, if I remember correctly, that's a flower. You know, that kind of thing. Lilies, asparagus, I can tell you, onion, garlic, and tomatoes. Tomatoes did really good last night. They're quite happy. No issues so far, although it's debatable because some of them have got this goofy, you know, everybody's got problems with their flipping tomatoes. Look at that. I have no idea what that is or why it's doing it. This one's doing it too, but other ones are fine and they're on the same soil. This one's doing it too. This is where when children are watching, you turn the volume down because I'm going to start swearing like a trooper in a minute. Cilantro is doing great, which I never planted, so that'll be why it's doing okay. Spinach update. Mel's tree spinach doing really good. It's funny how they're all in the same container. They were all sown at exactly the same time. And as you progress along, you'd think I was successional sowing, but I wasn't. These ones are all doing really good. 38, 50 day, 45, except for the Olympia. I don't know why it's being a pissant. It's not doing much, but this one over here died off. So I gather I'm not getting much rain inside the brassica gauge, but I'll give them a bit of a drink, some feed. I have to do some, oh, look at the sprouts. They're doing really good. Let's see. Carrots are doing really good. Second sowing of carrots is coming up really good. Oh, I see a radish over there. That's radish tape, by the way. Those carrots are doing really good. These radishes down here look like crap. What else? The Mizuna needs a picking. The kale is doing good. Those ones are coming out today because I got to put new ones in there. The pak choi is going to get harvested. I'll have to do it today. Yeah, I've never had my pak choi bolt so early in the year, but that was because we had that week of really insane heat. So I'll just redo them. The rescued giant mustards are doing fine. What else? Yeah, everything in here needs a water. That's lettuce back there. I'm so excited, although it's little lettuce, but that's okay. More kalettes. The ones that are in the ground are doing way better, so I gotta get these ones in the ground. What else? Onions are fine. Radishes are holding their own. Cabbages look fantastic. I'll have to get sticks for them and see just in case. I don't want anything falling over. And hopefully the cabbage whites can't lay eggs through this mesh, but who knows, hey? It's always something trying to frickin' eat my stuff. Oh, PG-14 included. Yeah, all right, off we go. Trying to keep things on a happier note. Not so easy some days, is it? Anyway, I'm fertilizing for the first time my peppers and my tomatoes that are in pots. Not the ones that are outside, the ones that are in pots. No affiliation whatsoever. I buy my own stuff because I'm such a huge channel. Everybody wants me to be sponsoring them, right? Har, har, har. So anyway, that's the natural plant food. It says 1 liter of water gets 20 mils. So I'm watering with that thing there, and we'll water all those back there. Now I have heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I always like being corrected. Gerald does it all the time. Yak, yak, yak. That you feed from the top and water from the bottom. So we will feed them right directly into the plant stem area. As far away from the stem as I can, though. And I'll tell you the good, and then I'll tell you the bad. The fish fertilizers seems like it's quite good. This stuff, don't waste your money. It's crap. They just shoveled around it. This is the pepper stuff. It's supposed to be a natural deterrent. Pfft, I swear to God, they brought out their steak so they could have pepper steak. Anyway, useless. Don't waste your money. God, I gotta stop doing that. The Rose of Sharon's coming back. It's getting buds on it. Little tiny buds. So once I get the buds all come up, I'll prune anything else that looks dead. And I don't know if you can see in there. I'll try and put you around the corner. There you go. Bloody mare's tail in my peony pot. Oh, gadzooks, man, gadzooks. What do they say? My giddy aunt. Well, we have some zinnia action that are getting true leaves. And then we have teeny tiny ones. These are the new ones I just sowed, but they're all starting to come up slowly. Got to get those things in the ground. Those are Mel's asters. And tree spinach. It's got tree spinach and everything, I think. These are stasis. 2 out of all of them came up. Black violas came up, but then again, they self-seed everywhere as well. These are pink asters that I bought from here. You can see the difference in the British asters and the Canadian asters. What else? Beans are all finally starting to come up. Purple Queen and Purple Bush. I'm hoping to get these in the ground in the next little while because it's been quite warm here. And once they've germinated and they're like firing away, they're usually pretty good. The red swans are coming up great guns over there. So, and the marigolds are debating. I mean, they're getting true leaves, but they're definitely not where they were last year. Last year I was pricking them out and putting them in the garden. So I don't know. I don't know if something's found these beans or if it's, see, look, the beans are poking. They're not growing yet. I just put them in here. So I don't know if it's just the water's pushing them up or I don't know. I give up worrying about it. Muscatis are coming up finally. Got more pongos pushing their little heads up, but it's just not been warm, although it's supposed to be absolutely cooking this weekend, so we'll see how things go. Yeah. Cucumbers, it's embarrassing to say those are my cucumbers since I've seen everybody else's. I mean, Rob at Rob's Allotment is harvesting cucumbers, for crying out loud. That's the buckets for the beans. The bean and onion, I'll call it the Bob experiment. Beans and onions and just beans. So the Bob experiment. I have re-sown sweet peas after Yes Danny, I soaked them. Grapevine Allotment Garden. Probably said that wrong again, right, Emma? These ones, the pole beans are not coming up yet. I think I put pole beans in here. Yeah, I did. Who knows? The bush beans have come up, the purple bush. The purple bush with the onions are same. I don't know. Maybe it's just productivity that's limited by having onions with them. But we'll see. Keep you posted, as I said I would. Loads of poppies coming. Where are they? Poppies. Loads of poppies coming up because I think I just threw a whole pile in here. I've got some tiny daffodils, which I didn't even know I had. Tiny daffodils. I mean, look at the size of this little baby thing. La 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 and la la. The sedums are all coming up nicely, which is good. Hydrangeas are fine. Note to self, I should have moved them back towards the fence further, but I didn't. Because you know me, it's cut twice and measure once. What else is in here? These I think are alliums, but I have no idea because they've got no flowers on them. They're just huge. So they could be alliums, they could be Bob's your uncle. I don't know. Let's see what else. Roses are coming back, but that needs a prune because some of it's dead. Some of the branches are dead, so that's not a big deal. Other than that, I'm just going around snapping off dead heads off my daffodils. So my internet at home has been absolute crap lately, so I might post this now because gosh knows they're coming fast and furious, aren't they? It's that time of year, but it takes too long to load them when they're a long video. Long as in what? 20 minutes. So we'll see. And yeah, have a great day. Bye. I'm trying to get close enough to see, but I have mystery things popping up everywhere. I'll leave them. I think that's a pansy. They self-seed all over the place. I think I'll leave them all in here though to see what they come up as, and as soon as they get true leaves, I'll pull them if they're a weed. There are gladiolas back there and lilies that the squirrels haven't found yet. I'm whispering. And I forgot one last thing. The shallots, not all of them, but some of them are starting to split nicely. Like that one's got 2, that's 3. So they're doing really good. Last year I had them outside in the beds and they got decimated by the cold and wet and they rotted. So they seem to like it much more in here. Yeah, so they're doing really good. I'm very happy with those. In fact, since that I'm happy with those, I might grow more next year. We shall see. So tiny update. The reason the bush beans didn't come up, or pole beans didn't come up, because apparently they went mushy. So they went mushy in both, so obviously that was me. So I will put, I'm not going to bother putting a pole one in. I'll just use bush ones. So we have 2 bush beans, purple queen, and 2 bush beans, purple queen. So, but you know me, I'll change my mind in about 5 seconds and shove a pole bean in there. What the hell, eh? Okay, bye. So I told you I'd change my mind, but what I did put in here is I put a burlati, 1 in each burlati, pole, bush, whatever. For the variety. Variety is the spice of life.